Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 origin continent based on novel. So let's start. Protect Qingyang, Luo Feng instructed as he stepped out of the cave mansion with a wine pot in hand. Don't worry, Master, Morosa said, standing beside Moyu Qingyang and looking up at the frost covering the sky. The formation of the cave mansion operated on its own, sheltering both Morosa and Moyu Qingyang. Moyu Qingyang was somewhat nervous. Lord Luo Sa, shouldn't I hide inside the flying boat? When the critical moment comes, I will take you into the flying boat's secret treasure. As for now, just watch the battle at ease, Morosa said with a smile, gazing into the distance. Sha Kingdom's forces are attacking, and this great battle is indeed spectacular. Moyu Qingyang glanced at Morosa beside him, feeling uneasy. Lord Luo Sa was merely a true god of void space. If they were affected by the imposing might of the Sha Kingdom's forces, both of them would likely turn into ashes. Since Master has arranged it this way, he must trust Lord Luo Sa. Moyu Qingyang felt helpless, and could only anxiously watch the battle, silently hoping they would not be affected. At this moment, Luo Feng reached a core building nearby in just a few steps. This building's deep underground was the entrance to the Forbidden Land. As long as I guard this entrance, no one shall pass. Luo Feng stood at the entrance of the building, watching as billions of snowy white threads descended in the night sky. Countless threads intertwined, forming a heavenly net that instantly bound three giant mechanical treasures soaring into the sky. The Jin Xiao Legion was the largest in size, taking on the form of the Jin Xiao exotic beast. When enveloped by the snowy heavenly net, it too tried to tear the net apart. The two mechanical stream secret treasures controlled by Huyang guards were the three-sword sky-splitting beast and the saber-winged devouring insect. Although slightly less powerful, they were equally fierce. Rustle, rustle, rustle tilde tilde tilde. Bound by the snowy heavenly net, the three giant mechanical treasures clearly had their strength greatly diminished. What a heavenly net! Luo Feng took a small sip of wine at the entrance, feeling increasingly stimulated. Such a binding move is enough to defeat the Blood Python Association leader. The expert who deployed this must be not much different from Mo Li Xiao. Underneath the immense snowy heavenly net, a figure condensed into existence, a woman with a frost body. Her body was made of solid ice, and her gaze was even colder. Jin Xiao Legion and the two divisions of Huyang guards, you dare to stop me? Yu Qianyi's voice echoed everywhere, attack. Kill. Destroy this place. With thunderous roars, four figures had already charged into the camp. Presumptuous. The gigantic Jin Xiao, still frighteningly powerful even while tangled by the heavenly net in the sky, bellowed. It triggered the might of the Huyang city formation. Above the camp, mysterious formations began to appear. Luo Feng looked up and saw layers of formations materialize in the sky. Some flickered with golden light, some churned with black energy, and some radiated purple glows. Many formations complemented each other perfectly, as if they formed an abyssal vortex. This vast abyssal vortex formation descended, covering the entire camp, and causing the powerful heavenly net to shrink involuntarily. The formation of Huyang City is indeed tricky. Under its suppression, I've lost 30% of my strength, and other eternal true gods have suffered even greater losses. Yu Qianyi immediately felt the terrifying power of the formation. Aided by the formation, the might of the gigantic Jin Xiao, and both the three-sword sky-splitting beast, and the saber-winged devouring insect greatly surged as they attacked Yu Qianyi in midair. Relying on mechanical stream secret treasures for such power, yet your moves are quite crude, Yu Qianyi looked on with disdain. With a stretch of her arms, giant cold ice blade edges began to condense in midair. Kill. Through the long years, she crafted her blade technique. 9 giant cold ice blades tore through the sky, attacking the gigantic Jin Xiao, three-sword sky-splitting beast, and saber-winged devouring insect from all sides. These cold ice blades were fearsomely powerful, with techniques that were exceedingly intricate. She is Yu Qianyi from the 5 gods of Yuqian, of the Yuqian clan. General Jin Xiao communicated to the leaders of the Huyang Guard. She has already grasped primal chaos blade skills. And with the mechanical treasure, she's refined a frost body. Even if we join forces, we can't defeat her, we can only seek self-preservation. Guarding the Forbidden Land is now Lord Luo his responsibility. Yu Qianyi. The two leaders of the Huyang Guard also felt immense pressure. The Zhujiang Primal Chaos Prefecture of Yu Kingdom bordered the Liuyin Primal Chaos State of Shi Kingdom. Liuyin Primal Chaos State was the Marquis Liuyin's fief. Among the Marquises' renowned eternal true gods, numbering just over 10, the 5 gods of Yuqian were included, and each of them was difficult to handle, capable of overpowering several legions on their own. Within the core city owner's mansion of Huyang City, Lord of Huyang City, Mo Li Xiao, a white-haired old man, and the one-horned man, General Yong, all 4 incarnations of divine power, were present, observing the scenes, monitoring the entire city. Several ordinary residential areas throughout the city have been attacked. Lord of Huyang City observed the monitors, where numerous eternal true gods hiding their presence were rampaging through the residential areas, wantonly slaughtering. Those ordinary residential areas were inhabited by true gods, residing free of charge. Each true god's living area was generally not wider than a kilometer. Merely tens of thousands of kilometers in scope could house over 100 million citizens, showing the high density of residents. These regular residential areas, although protected by formations, could not withstand the onslaught of these top eternal true gods. The formations were rapidly breached, and the true gods living within stood no chance of resistance, turning directly to ashes and smoke. Boom tilde 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 tilde. The wanton destruction within the city made the faces of the Lord of Huyang City and his companions turn ugly. We have already dispatched the Huyang guards, Mo Li Xiao said. They are intentionally causing destruction within the city to force us to deploy the Huyang guards, and thus spread our forces thin. The Shi Kingdom really has no bottom line, the one-horned man said coldly. They do not care about slaughtering the city's inhabitants to achieve their goals. We must protect the city's inhabitants, the Lord of Huyang City said. The residential areas are too densely populated. Such rampant slaughter will cause panic within the city, and if the Marquis hears of it, he will punish us severely. In the past, Mei Wuqi's massacre of hundreds of millions was atrocious, but his most substantial abduction happened when the regular city Feng City was breached by exotic beasts. The inhabitants were about to flee in all directions, allowing him to capture hundreds of millions in one fell swoop. Although he also committed atrocities within Huyang City, he was much more cautious, abducting only a small number each time, sometimes even requiring the leader of Huyang Guard Chen Yuchong to assist, precisely to keep it discreet and avoid causing panic. Such rampant slaughter by the Shi Kingdom's forces, if too many were killed, would cause panic among the city inhabitants. Many would flee the city, unwilling to reside there any longer, affecting the collection of residence fees. Both the Marquis of Zhujiang and the God Kings would not allow such things to happen. All 3 forbidden areas have been attacked. The forces dispatched by the Shi Kingdom this time are indeed formidable, including Shui Yun, Yu Qianshu, and Yu Qianyi. The Lord of Huyang City turned to the 3 individuals beside him. I will garrison the city owner's mansion, the forbidden areas are up to you now. The city owner's mansion is the most critical, the one-horned man stated indifferently. You need not worry about the 3 forbidden areas. Luo Feng was originally holding a wine jar, standing guard in front of the Forbidden Areas palace, leisurely watching the fight between the 3 mechanical flow secret treasures and the experts from Shi Kingdom high above. But when the Huyang City formation erupted with terrifying power, out of the 5 eternal true gods from Shi Kingdom that came attacking, only Yu Qianyi and one who wielded thunder continued trying to head towards the forbidden area. Meanwhile, the other 3 eternal true gods from Shi Kingdom retreated explosively, fleeing to the regular residential zones next to the military camps. They instantly acted to tear apart the formations protecting the residential areas. Deserve to die. Luo Feng's expression turned cold, and the wine jar in his hand disappeared. At this moment, the 3 eternal true gods who fled outside the camp moved apart, and they were also quite far away from Luo Feng. Standing at the doorway of the hall, Luo Feng suddenly donned a golden armor. Pairs of golden wings unfolded behind him, and at the same time, under the drive of his perfect divine power, the might of the Shouwu wings had already stirred up primal chaos. The primal chaos realm technique of Shouwu wings control primal chaos. At this moment, Luo Feng was not being conservative with his perfect divine power. He wildly transformed and consumed energy, causing the scope of control primal chaos to be exceptionally vast. The power of chaos descended within tens of billions of kilometers around him. A vast amount of matter and energy began disintegrating back into chaotic power. Yu Qianyi, who was originally alone in besieging the three gigantic mechanical flow secret treasures, perceived a change in her face, as she noticed the forces of heaven and earth reverting to primal chaos around her. The thick primal chaos current was incredibly heavy. Such a powerful primal chaos domain, not good. Yu Qianyi realized the danger. Her frost body naturally did not fear such restraints, but her subordinates would likely suffer in the face of such might. The three eternal true gods who fled to the regular residential district, intending to carry out a massacre, to force the Jin Xiao Legion and Huyang guards to stop them, suddenly discovered that the forces of heaven and earth around them were reverting to primal chaos. Endless primal chaos currents surrounded them. The primal chaos currents seemed sentient as they bound and squeezed them. No. These three eternal true gods had their own strengths, and in terms of power, they were not inferior to He Duomo. If they could amass enough merit points, there was hope that the Marquis would award them a mechanical flow secret treasure. It's easy to obtain merit points in enemy cities, but it requires taking risks. After taking risks too many times, death is a possibility. Fut. Under the terrifyingly oppressive primal chaos currents, the three top eternal true gods shattered to pieces in their terror. Standing before the hall, Luo Feng frowned slightly. Of these three eternal true gods, my control primal chaos only managed to crush two true gods' hearts. The body of the other eternal true god did not contain a true god's heart. Luo Feng knew well that some eternal true gods, who possessed the source of law, were somewhat special, or their inherited cultivation was special, allowing them some life-saving secret techniques. Search *the noelfire.nt website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. The life-saving secret law Undying River, of the Duandong River lineage was even more impressive. However, as the perfect divine body Luo Feng, he did not need such techniques. Pity I couldn't eradicate evil thoroughly, killing only two. Luo Feng's gaze swept over to Yu Qianyi in the air and the other thunder-wielding eternal true god who was being suppressed. Lord Luo He. Yu Qianyi's eyes sparkled with fighting intent. Merely a domain couldn't intimidate her. Between Sha Kingdom's forces in the future due to his master, the mountain-sitting guest. However, he had no significant hostility towards other cultivators from Sha Kingdom. But when they began slaughtering the weak true gods, Luo Feng's killing intent surged. It's each to their own when nations battle, but to slaughter the weak, what a bunch of scum. Luo Feng's eyes grew cold as he started searching for Yu Qianyi's bounty in the Flame Wind Association's Dark Hall. The bounties in Huyang City listed were all from the Flame Wind Association's Huyang branch. Other large cities, or even other nations, would not actively send bounties to all clients. Yu Qianyi's bounty amounts to 500,000 cosmic sands. Luo Feng instantly looked it up and immediately accepted the bounty. Not everyone could have a bounty, for even the lowest reward required 10,000 cosmic sands. If the mission wasn't completed, the bounty would have to remain with the Flame Wind Pavilion. Thus, the vast majority of eternal true gods had no bounty at all. Up till now, Luo Feng had no bounty on him. This Lord Luo He, just with his domain moves, could kill a top-level eternal true god. Is his mechanical stream secret treasure quite special? Yu Qianyi speculated. Some composite mechanical stream secret treasures could refine divine power to match the primal chaos divine power, and when deploying the primal chaos moves, they could display such might. Before his death, the Blood Python Association leader transmitted a message saying that Luo his mechanical stream secret treasure is worth at least 5 million cosmic sands. Perhaps it's true, Yu Qianyi thought, which stirred her interest. Yu Qianyi glanced below, where at this moment, she only had one subordinate left alive, which was the eternal true god who controlled thunder. This eternal true god, who possessed the mechanical stream secret treasure core of thunder, had cultivated it through long years to reach an extremely high potential. In terms of strength, he was not inferior to the Blood Python Association leader. But now, with the Huyang City formation suppressing him, and being oppressed by the primal chaos domain of Showu wings, he fell to the ground, bound and compressed by the primal chaos currents, unable to move. Lord Yuqian, save me, the eternal true God cried out for help through mental transmission. Whoosh! S-tilde-ear the ovalfire.net website, on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Streams of snow-white silk threads condensed in the void, wrapping around the eternal true God, and swiftly flying him away. You go first. I'll try this. Lord Luo He, Yu Qianyi, with her frost body, stood in midair and transmitted from afar. Be careful, Lord Yuqian, the fleeing thunder eternal true God sighed in relief. Escape. Luo Feng, standing at the temple door, moved. With just one step, using the Myriad Realms escape command he had obtained from Yin Kang, he instantly teleported through the void, emerging near the Thunder Eternal True God wrapped in abundant snow-white silk threads. No, the Thunder Eternal True God couldn't believe that Luo Feng had suddenly appeared beside him. HMPH. Luo Feng extended his hand, his 5 fingers sharp as blades, piercing through the wrapped snow-white silk threads, and directly into the chest of the eternal true God, seizing his true God's heart. Thump. The true God's heart shattered. Luo Feng also collected the corpse and leftover items, with the snow-white silk threads naturally dissolving into nothingness. Then, Luo Feng looked towards Yu Qianyi in the distance. Yu Qianyi didn't care about the death of her subordinate. She stared at Luo Feng and said, traversing the void. Does the city owner's mansion trust you that much to give you the power to traverse the void? Even when hiring strong warriors, the city owner's mansion usually remained cautious to prevent the hired from turning against them at the last moment. Yu Qianyi, are you ready to die? Luo Feng said. I haven't met an eternal true God who can kill me yet. Yu Qianyi sneered as she suddenly erupted with numerous cold ice blades around her, blasting the massive Jin Xiao, the 3-sword sky-splitting beast, and the saber-winged devouring insect away. I heard your blade technique has reached the level of the Chaos Realm. Conveniently, I also know a few blade techniques, Luo Feng said. You know blade techniques too. Yu Qianyi, with a flash, had already thrown off the massive Jin Xiao, the 3-sword sky-splitting beast, and the saber-winged devouring insect. This left Jin Xiao, Gao Wushui, and others feeling somewhat exhausted as, even with controlling Legion's mechanical stream secret treasures, they were still comprehensively outclassed by such a powerful eternal true God. 3 against 1, even with the help of Huyang City formation, they were suppressed. Now, shaking them off was also effortless. Die. Yu Qianyi rushed to attack, concentrating 9 cold ice blades in front of her. The 9 blades, seemingly able to cleave heaven and earth, enveloped her with an unrivaled might. Luo Feng felt that the space around him was completely sealed. With the 9 blades before him, there was no escape. Regarding sneak attacks and assassinations, Yin Kang has an advantage, but in a head-on battle, Yu Qianyi is even more formidable, Luo Feng thought. Unable to avoid the confrontation, he didn't even try to, judging the opponent's momentum through the sensation of the primal chaos domain. Only when the 9 cold ice blades approached did Luo Feng suddenly charge upward, his eyes flashing fiercely, 10 directions infinite. Facing the assault of the 9 incoming cold ice blades, Luo Feng used his godly body as a blade, executing the only purely defensive blade technique from a world-breaking 9 blades called 10 directions infinite blade. Buzz 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 tilde tilde tilde, Luo Feng's entire godly body was like a blade, horrific vigor circulating on the surface forming thick layers of blade shadows. The blade shadows layered heavily, making Luo Feng's figure appear blurry. HMPH. Yu Qianyi was confident in her strength, and the 9 cold ice blades aimed to slice through everything, chopping down on Luo Feng. As these blades cut through the layers of blade shadows, their power was significantly reduced, and when they finally struck Luo Feng's godly body, the skin of his thrice-refined perfect divine body showed only some marks, which disappeared almost instantly, leaving no trace of any wounds. Using the physical body to execute 10 directions infinite blade, to withstand her blade techniques, it still broke the skin a bit, Luo Feng thought. After over 2 decades of cultivation, Luo Feng was much stronger than when he had first encountered Yin Kang. Thus, he did not use the Duan Mie to burn divine power, merely displaying the capabilities of his thrice-refined perfect divine body. This scene made Yu Qianyi, who had been attacking fiercely, suddenly stop, somewhat shocked. What kind of protective maneuver is this? The heavy blade shadows protecting him, my proud ultimate move, couldn't even injure him. 10 directions infinite blade is still not strong enough, Luo Feng thought. World-breaking 9 blades eternal level 6 blades became increasingly complex the further one progressed. Apart from the earlier blade of life and death, return to ruin saber, and reincarnation blade which were relatively simple, the subsequent 3 aspects shadow blade, heaven split in 5 directions blade, and 10 directions infinite blade all involved multiple integrations of concepts, deepening Luo Feng's understanding of the laws of primal chaos. But it was still far from the true chaos realm saber technique. Luo He, it seems you have a set of combined mechanical stream secret treasures, adept in domain, protection, and fleeing. Yu Qianyi sneered coldly. What skill is there in relying on treasures? I'm not playing with you today. Whoosh! Yu Qianyi immediately soared into the sky. Thinking of leaving? Luo Feng instantly traversed the void, suddenly appearing right in front of Yu Qianyi as she flew. I knew you would traverse the void. Yu Qianyi was well prepared. At a thought, countless snow-white threads interwoven into a vast net-like trap enveloped Luo Feng, trapping him while she swiftly flew toward the distant night sky. A blade suddenly appeared in Luo Feng's hand, the endless might contained within his thrice-refined body fully infused into this emperor-level blade embryo. Blade light flashed. A blade light that seemed to tear the heavens and the earth emerged, ripping apart the snow-white net and aiming to tear through the fleeing Yu Qianyi. With a nimble dodge, Yu Qianyi barely avoided most of it, but her arm was merely grazed by the blade light, and was instantly annihilated. The might of this blade shocked Yu Qianyi. How can it be so powerful? He seems even more fierce than my second brother. Luo Feng followed the blade light, his thrice-refined perfect divine body providing terrifying speed. Coupled with the myriad realms' escape commands control over space, he rapidly closed the distance. Yu Qianyi couldn't evade. This is bad. Yu Qianyi felt an unstoppable terrifying figure crashing into her. Bang! The frost body was smashed apart, completely shattering. Luo Feng moved through her exploded body before finally stopping, his brow slightly furrowed as he looked around. She crafted a frost body to come and assassinate me. Her true body isn't actually here. Luo Feng carefully sensed all directions. Moreover, she is not within my primal chaos domain. Her true body hiding away, the one coming to battle was merely a body condensed from the power of frost, making it too difficult to kill her. This was merely a maneuver by an eternal true god. Those ancient primal chaos overlords would spend much thought on life-saving secret laws and even reincarnation techniques. Even a godly king wouldn't dare claim they could completely kill a primal chaos overlord. They might seem dead on the surface, but could resurrect somewhere, or maybe even reincarnate. Like Master Mountain Sitting Guest, who chose reincarnation, severing karma through reincarnation. Unless he exposed himself, no one would recognize him. Thus, the rulers of Shi Kingdom have a formidable hidden enemy. Invading and annexing other divine kingdoms come with many problems. Choosing this path, Shi Kingdom must be prepared to deal with these problems. This time, out of the 5 eternal true gods from Shi Kingdom, only 3 were killed. Luo Feng landed. Truly killing them is indeed not easy. Lord Luo He. The attacking forces of Shi Kingdom are completely routed. The giant Jin Xiao, 3-sword sky-splitting beast, and saber-winged devouring insect arrived excitedly, truly deserving of the title Lord Luo He, utterly overpowering with just one move. Luo Feng wasn't very excited, having accepted Yu Qianyi's bounty, still unable to deal with her effectively. Such a powerful battle fluctuation. Luo Feng sensed other terrifying fluctuations erupting far from Huyang City, especially the one southwest. There must be a battle between 2 supremely powerful beings. Without burning divine power, I might fall short of them. The terrible confrontation in that southwest area exceeded the level of Yu Qianyi and Yin Kang. Mo Li Xiao, I sense intense fighting in the southwest area of Huyang City. Do you need my help? Luo Feng transmitted. I've already routed Sha Kingdom's forces here. This video will end here.